Imagine that right now, someone gives you an opportunity to time travel to a specific year in any time period in history. And for 24 hours, you will exist in that time continuum, whatever year you've selected, and you can literally observe anything you want within that time period. So you can literally be in any part of the world. You can just like literally be a fly on the wall in your favorite person's studio, home. You can be in a club. You can be in a museum, a concert hall, anything. But after that 24-hour period, after that one day you've spent in this year you've chosen, you will be returned to 2023 and your life will continue as it did before. You've just had this opportunity to literally travel in time and space and just experience what a completely different world and time looked, sounded and felt like. But you have to choose a specific year, otherwise you can't go anywhere. What year would you choose? See, for me, I would go to early 20th century Vienna and probably go to the year 1910 and sit with Egon Schiele, sit with Gustav Klimt, be in that absolutely wild and incredible time of just eruption of art and activity. However, I think there is a year that could even transcend that for me. This year keeps coming up time and time again, and I'm always feeling like there's so much more to discover and kind of learn about this year. And this year is 1603. 1603, so the very, very beginning of the 17th century. If I could time travel myself to any year, just for one day, and experience what that world was like, I think it would be 1603. Here's what made me think about this today. Firstly, I discovered the fact that today, 420 years ago, so on the 24th of March 1603, Queen Elizabeth I died, and so England went from the Elizabethan era to the Stuart era, and so huge period of transitioning there. And in that very same year, 1603, Japan, after a kind of huge, kind of bloody Battle of Sekigahara, kind of big national civil war, Tokugawa Ieyasu became the shogun of Japan, and thus Japan went into a new era, the Edo era. So England and Japan in this very same year both enter new time periods. And then also in 1603, that very same year, Kabuki is born on the dry beds of the Kama River in Kyoto. So that's the third thing that happens. It's also the year that Shakespeare is writing Hamlet, and the year that his play As You Like It is first performed in Wilton House. And it's also a time when the 9-year war between England and Ireland, which had been cost the lives of, I think, 130,000 people, it came to an end in Clougha, County Tyrone, where my mother is from, and Shakespeare even references Clougha in his work. So in 1603, you've got all of this eruption of change. England's going through incredible change, and also some of the world's greatest art in the form of Shakespeare's writing and Hamlet is is being created. In Japan, you've got Kabuki being created. I don't know. I just really wonder, like, can that be just a pure coincidence? I feel like there must be some kind of cosmic connection or something, that goes beyond just pure chance and coincidence. But anyway, so I think it would just be so incredible to visit a play of Shakespeare's at that time in London, and then likewise to be on the dry riverbeds in Kyoto in 1603 and seeing the first spring of Kabuki and outdoor performances. All of this was just sprung to my mind when I discovered that 420 years ago today, Queen Elizabeth died. And so, it's just a whole thing to do with transitions and time and how so much can happen in even just 1 year, let alone hundreds of years. Anywho, that's my thought of the day, and I am very curious to know if you have a year that you would time travel to, transport yourself to, and remember that you'll be completely safe, nothing will happen, you won't be having to live in that time period forever. It's literally just for the 24 hours, the 1 day. But where would you go? What time would you like to most see and absorb and experience?